What up, guys? Today I want to talk about work. Work because a lot of people complain, man. A lot of people like to complain. And also, a lot of the time, we don't know why we're working. So, for example, people get tired. Like, a lot of the people who struggle, who, feel bad about themselves, I feel like most of the time it's because of a lack of responsibility. Most of the time, people feel powerless because of their um, of the number of responsibilities that they have. The more responsibility that you carry within yourself, the more weight that you carry, you have a job, you have a house, you got kids to feed, you got stuff to do. You're committed to many things. The more committed you are to these things, it's a symbol for you being more committed to life. You're more reactive towards life. So whoever doesn't have any responsibilities, then you are basically just not playing with life. You're not playing the game of life. And so I was reading this book. You guys haven't heard of it. Let me see if I have it. I don't have it here, but it's called Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and this was one of the best books just to understand the mind of a man who is committed to his kingdom and his people. He gave himself to his people. He didn't care about women. He didn't care about money. He didn't care about any of these things because he knew he had this plan. He knew he was a servant to his people. He was the king. I think he was a king or an emperor, and he knew he was a servant to his people because his job as emperor or king was to give the best um, king that they can have. The best emperor that they can have, and so he would write down his struggles in his journal, and he'd talk about the struggle of that the day to day struggle, the doubts that he had, the conclusions that he made throughout the day, throughout his reflections. And one of the things that hit me the most was um, he said if man complains about getting up and going to work, then he must think that about how life. He must think that that is life. Life is work. You have what else would you do? Would you just sit around and not do anything? Would you just sit around, watch TV, watch Netflix, scroll through Instagram, scroll through social media, and not do anything? He was asking these questions. What else would you do? Your life is work, man. You have to understand that life is work, and whether you like it or not, you either work with life or life will work on you. Okay, understand that because whoever's sitting down not doing anything, you can't just sitting down stay static. You can't do that because life will come in and will ask for its dues. It will ask for you to pay off your debt because you owe. It is just in human nature to work. Since the beginning of time, we've only survived because of our work. We survived because we managed to find our niche in the animal kingdom. We survived because in like those and because we find our place. We find our work. We find why do people put so much emphasis on career and whatever? It's because that they have an idea, a general sense that work is kind of is necessary. It's necessary for life. And so so now I want to give you a different perspective where work is basically whatever you do. And so and so let me explain it. My work could be me reading, or my work could be me learning to play the guitar, or my work could be learning a new language, or my work can just be making money. So it's not work is not about money specifically, because money in a general sense is just energy. So if in money can be budgeted just like time, just like any other resource, because time is energy, your attention is energy. Whatever you put your money, that's where you put your attention on. So if you're paying $50 a day, $50 a week, because you're out going out every day, that's where your attention is, right? That's where you put your energy in. You're spending your time, you're spending your money, you're spending uh yeah, you're spending a lot of things, right? You're spending a lot of like energy and stuff going out and buying things. And so energy is not so much a symbol for status, it's more so a reflection of your attention towards what you care about. What do you prioritize in life? You have to actually think about these things, because once you realize that work is not the sole reason, like money is not the reason for work, then your work becomes like part of a lot of many other things, and then becomes more a part of you. So then you can be like, I want to work on a relationship, I want to work on my ability to speak, I want to work on my writing, and so these things then become a mission within themselves. And so you get up every day, and then now you have a mission, you have a purpose. I want to write a book, I want to learn to speak right, I want to um, like make my relationship better. I want to develop better relationship with my family, with my parents. These things are all important things in life, and these are all things that people need to work on. And this is the key of self development. You want to become a developed person, a person of worth, a person of value, a person of service. If you want to be like a king, as Marcus Aurelius was, like an emperor, then you have to realize that your work comes in serving others, and also using yourself as a as a vessel. You are a vessel for something greater, right? And then there's another thing where there's this book. It's by Viktor Frankl, and it was huge. This quote that is, it was just he said, "Do not ask what life has in store for you. Ask what you have in store for life." It's something like that, along those lines. It was a paraphrase. I'm just paraphrasing, but that is big, because then it switches the situation. Don't sit back and think about, oh my God, like, why is life so hard? What does life have in store for me? Why is it like this? Why does it treat me like this? Blah blah. Because then you're a victim. Instead, take responsibility. Commit yourself to life. Be more responsible, and realize that your work is in giving to life. Is in giving your life. That is sacrifice, and that is one of the biggest things that comes from like Jesus's teachings, which is sacrifice. If you must sacrifice yourself, give yourself, your whole self, to a higher cause, to your people. That's why he died on the cross. The cross is a symbol for suffering. And when he talked about carrying your cross, he was basically talking about carry your responsibilities, carry your pain, carry your suffering, because now then you have a purpose, then you have something to do. You're taking on your suffering, and you're saying, okay, this is what I have, and this is what I must work on, and I am okay taking it on, because I know that um, I'm doing something greater. I'm being bigger than this little space that I call my body. And so realize that your work is within yourself. Do not, in the end, it all comes back to who you are, because then all these things, like, you become the product of your work. You become the work of art as you develop all these things. As you work on the outside, it becomes reflected on the inside, because as within, so without. So whenever you put in work in whatever you want to do, and whatever interests you, whether it be music, whether it be computers, whether it be whatever, it will help you develop yourself. It will help you sharpen all those tools that you have inside of you. It will help you get. It will give you more confidence. It will give you more of an air of just sense of meaning, because meaning is primary. Meaning will give you, once you have meaning in your life, once you have purpose, then you will become the product of your work, and people will look up on you, and they will want to work themselves. They will want to be better. Just imagine having this one guy change up his whole situation for the better, and his friend group feels threatened, because most of the time he's out here doing better for himself, and it makes them think about themselves. So that you have to think about yourself. What do you need to work on, so that other people can join in and be better themselves, and then we all become part of something. We all strive for something together, and this is the whole thing. This is where we can get farther, as like in the world. And be and just have like be a better human family. So yeah, think about that. You're a work of art, guys. You are a work. The work. You are both the sculptor and what is being sculpted. And so, you know, work out. Um, read a book. Pick up new skills. They're important. They're what comes with the work. They're what comes with life. They are what comes with life. So, yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Hope you guys have a nice day. Peace out.